Viewing your work, I noticed that you have a detailed biography of yourself, but you also have one of some of the dancers that you have worked with or currently work with. I know that so many people, love dance and they love to dance. But as far as having someone work for you, there are many talented dancers. What specifically does a dancer have to have for you to say, okay, that's it, I want her or I want him to, be in my work?
Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily based solely on the physicality, the technique. For me and for my work, what I am attracted to are artists who not only can catch the movement quickly, but who can take my idea, my content, the intent, and put immediately their own personal story, their personal attachment into the work, their own personal nuances in the work. So it's a mixture, it's a collaborative moment of these two energies coming together and blending it. I'm attracted to dancers, I hire dancers, I stay with dancers who are storytellers, who understand that what we do, this dance, is not a hobby. It is a livelihood. It is their call, their mission, their purpose. That they understand and honor that, and I see that being embodied in their warm-up, in their investigation, their workshop of my movement material, how they implement and add their spices, their character, their traits in the work. That is attractive, and I can see that when dancers first walk in the door. I can see where I can find that gauge of where they are in our craft, and it makes me, with that energy, with that work ethic, and that need to be that artist. That challenges me and inspires me even more to create work, movement specifically that is of me, but specifically for that dancer. For me, it is a very spiritual, religious experience for me. For that, it brings me connected even more so to my purpose and why I'm attracted to this person, this spirit. It might sound hippy-dippy, but I know that works for me, and that is what enhances my work when I have dancing artists like that.
Worked with Grammy Award-winning artist Sweet Honey in the Rock. Tell us more about how that experience was and how you even got involved with that experience.
That was by far the coolest experience I've ever been invited to participate. Kenneth Green, who is a professor here in Spelman, he's also he also has his own production company called Creative Eye. Kenneth Green does production work. He does the big industrial works that happen a lot in Atlanta. And he was hired to create a production for the Martin Luther King gala concert for his unveiling in DC. So it was a star-studded moment with dignitaries and musicians, other actors, a part of this work, along with local Atlanta artists creating, being a part of these productions for the gala. Kenneth Green just believed in my work and has been that great supporter for me as an artist and as an educator. He's my mentor, but he also respects what I do and the trajectory, and he pushed me out there and was like, go on and do this. And by the way, you're gonna be working with Sweet Honey in the Rock. So for my first industrial work, I couldn't have asked for a better opportunity that was so filled with historical reference, and will always be a part of American history and my memory of honoring such a man like Martin Luther King, and working with Sweet Honey, they were just so gracious and kind and together. It was a great opportunity. I also got to work with these 4 young Atlanta dancers. They were at the time, they were close to the age. The work was called Four Little Girls, and we did it to Sweet Honey's We Are song. And the 4 little girls that were cast in the work were the same age as the 4 little girls that we are honoring from the 16th Street church bombing. They were incredible. We actually were able to do that work again for the Joseph Laurie 92nd birthday celebration. He's still using Sweet Honey's sound score. It was an incredible experience.
That's awesome. So as far as building your brand, how does T. Lang build her brand, and what do you suggest to people who aspire to have their own dance company?
That's a really good question, because I think we as educators, dance educators, or even artists, we don't really share with the young folk. I can't believe I said that, young folk. But, with other artists, what is your brand? What is your statement? Yes, you have a mission statement. Okay. Yes, you're building this vocabulary, this palette. Okay, but we don't really sit down with our students as of yet. Well, that's going to change in the fall when I come back from my sabbatical. But we need to start sitting down and thinking about not just the art, the creative, but the business side of it. Okay, what's the big arc? What is the 5-year and the 10-year plan, and then what's the strategy to get there? And how do you want it to look? Especially now you have social media, so you're already ahead of the game from your predecessors. How are you going to use that as a vehicle to push your work? I don't have the answers, because I'm always learning every day how to build and really solidify that brand. But I know I'm a good leader, because every leader who does not know the answer will find somebody to help them, and to find that support and that networking team to help build that brand. Like, okay, I just want to dance. Well, that's not enough.
Right.
I just want to get my work out there. I'll just do it for free. No, those days are over.
Right.
So how do you connect with people who have those business plans, who are savvy in that, or who have managed a company, and how can they translate that to dance? How can you start forming your new blueprint, being inspired by other folks, but build your own, and surround yourself with people who know more than you,
right,
who believe in your work, who will support your work, who will always have your interests at best, who always give you best practices to help build your brand. You have to surround yourself with that. So for me, and it's trial and error, because you also have to nurture that brand too, just like you nurtured your creative portion. It just takes time. Everything's a slow crawl. If it happens too fast, it will surely fall quicker than what you even imagined it could even happen. So take your time. It's a process. And lots of prayer.
What's coming up for T. Lang and your dance company?
Okay, so we planted a lot of seeds last summer, so now they're coming. So after, during post-up, I will have my summer dance intensive called Sweatshop.
I read about that. Don't you do that, and then you also do something in Italy?
Well, yes. So Sweatshop is June 2nd through the 6th, from 10 a.m. to 2:30 here at Spelman. It's a 1-week intensive, affordable intensive for dancers who are wanting to polish up their skills. Myself and Professor Tina Marie Custer, she's a professor of hip hop and modern dance out of Slippery Rock, will be teaching those courses that week, June 2nd through the 6th. Followed by the premiere post-op, June 6th to the 8th at the Goat Farm. And after that, June 12th through July 27th, I teach at the American Dance Festival at Duke University. And that's like a mecca institution for modern dance and postmodern dance. I used to teach in Italy for stage dance. That was in Sorrento, Italy. It was a 2-week intensive, which was incredible. But I am now teaching at ADF, but stage dance is another great intensive for students, for dancers to look into. When we come back in the fall, T-Lane Dance will be working with choreographer Diane McIntyre, Paul Carter Harrison, he's an American playwright, and composer Dwight Andrews. We're working with these luminaries in our field with the National Black Arts Festival production of Doxology, created by Paul Carter Harrison. So we'll be performing in that work as a talent, as the dancers, my company. Then after that, it's a lot. It's some good stuff.
No.
I'm telling you prayer works.
Right.
But, after that, we have our commission at the High Museum of Art. They asked for me to create a work inside of the Mi Casa Your Casa installation, and that will be October 10th and October 24th. So we have some other things happening too, but I think I
awesome.
bragged enough, and I have no shame for that. I have no shame, thank
So you
God.
have so many things going on. How can we keep up with you?
Yeah, well, my website is www.tlanedance.com. Instagram is T-Lane Dance. Twitter, T-Lane Dance Co.
Okay.
Facebook, T-Lane Dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that
Thank you
had
so
me.
much.
And
Thank
I had
you.
so much fun.
Good. I'm glad. I wasn't too crazy.